Hi, my name is Rebecca McMaster, and this is my artist management profile presentation. I decided to pick Kris Jenner as my artist manager for this presentation because she is extremely well known within the industry, not just the entertainment industry, but she's well known pretty much everywhere. So this is my presentation on her. Kris Jenner was born and raised in Southern California, where she still lives, and she grew up her entire life. She never left the state of California. She lived there her entire life throughout her parents' marriage and their divorce. She has lived there her entire life. She still lives there, like I said, today with all of her kids. So the work she's done has kind of been like splotchy across the map. Kris Jenner is obviously well known as the momager, quote unquote, of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians franchise and the entire Kardashian family brand. But where she, became famous and where she started to be introduced into the spotlight was when she served on the defense team for O.J. Simpson when he went to trial for murder back in the 1990s. Her husband at the time was Robert Kardashian, and that was who she was married to, who was a famous lawyer who was serving to defend O.J. Simpson at the time, and she was on the defense team, and the case of O.J. Simpson was notorious all over our country. So from then on, everyone knew of her, and she didn't stay married to Robert Kardashian for much longer after that. They ended up divorcing not too long after the case. Ended up remarrying Bruce Jenner, and that's kind of how she got her start. She got it from marrying Bruce Jenner. He was an Olympic gold medalist, wasn't too famous. He was as well known as any Olympic gold medalist is known. Not high fame, pretty much low celebrity status. They're sports celebrity. But from then on, she started managing his career. So with that, she was doing endorsement deals, and she was negotiating, his career, promoting deals, promoting his career, doing a lot of stuff for him. And then from there, it kind of snowballed into, vicariously being a manager for her entire family and seeing an opportunity to create a franchise out of her family. So that's when she started to be a momager. So the only other artists that she's worked with is her family, obviously. She is the momager, the manager of the entire Kardashian family brand. And she is a stepmom to Caitlyn Jenner's 4 other kids. When she was married to Bruce at the time, she's no longer married to her now, but Bruce's then kids were not a part of the Kardashian franchise. They had kind of backed away. They were all older, so from then on it was just Khloe, Kourtney, and Kim, with the 2 Jenners, I'm forgetting their name, Kylie, and the other one. I apologize, I'm not too big a fan of the Kardashians, but they all started to go into the spotlight with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That started in 2007 when she was speaking with Ryan Seacrest on creating a reality TV show surrounding a family who was celebrity entrepreneurs, is what they called themselves. So really it was just about this normal American family wanting to be famous. It turned into this really, funny kind of weird reality show about these super normal people who were extremely rich because of the background that their family had with having money. Bruce Jenner being an Olympic gold medalist, he obviously had money. So it kind of just gave them enough groundwork to have a series that kept up entertainment. Their relationship is definitely unique because it is her family, so she wasn't going out and seeking these quote-unquote artists. They already were in her family. I kind of want to say they're already in her pocket. She, like I said before, saw a window of opportunity and she took it without hesitation. She started managing her family and building their career from there. Her kids were, at least the 2 Jenner sisters were extremely young at the time, and she, built them up to have an entire career they do now. So like I said, just unique from the get-go with her being mom and her artists were her children's. And she still owns and operates her family brand now. The good decision, I would say, was just, creating this entire TV show, creating this entire brand, making her family a brand in of itself is a giant feat that she did. And as I'm stating here, you can say whatever you want to say about Kris Jenner and the entire Kardashian family. This was a beyond genius idea that she did. She created this foundation for her family, regardless of where she knew it was going to go. She built this brand up that is still thriving and succeeding 13 years from when it started in 2007 when she began the show. All of her kids have their own careers now. You have, one of the Jenners is a model, the other Jenner has her own line in of itself. Kylie Jenner has her own makeup brand and skin cosmetic brand, and she has all of the stuff that she has built because of her mom building up, keeping up with the Kardashians. And then you have all the sisters, Kim Kardashian's married to Kanye West. That never would have come up if she wasn't, famous from her TV show. So there's a lot of things that has come about from keeping up with the Kardashians. So that is an amazing thing that she has done with her quote-unquote artists. Her family is giving them a platform for the rest of their lives to succeed as billionaires. Kylie Jenner is a billionaire now. And that is all because of Kris creating this entire franchise. So, turning nothing into something is an insane feat that we should all be studying in business, that she has been able to market and promote her family as a brand that consumers and fans eat up like you wouldn't believe. And then a bad decision on the same coin is kind of throwing her family into the spotlight at a really, really young age. You have the two Jenner sisters who were children. They were actually children being exposed to the media and people's opinions and thoughts on them. It's a lot of negativity that was brought about them that can be potentially damaging to them and scarring to have people's thoughts and opinions kind of thrown at you from a young age when you're not yet developing your own opinions on yourself. And there's a lot of stuff that just introducing them to this industry so young when they didn't ask for it. I kind of feel like their childhoods were kind of robbed from them because they didn't really give their consent at the time to do that. I'm sure for them at the time it seemed fun, but looking back at it, I always wondered, did they regret doing it? Did they wish they had a normal life? And, it can be looked at that Kris was kind of selfish to throw her family under the bus like that to make money or to succeed. And I'll never know. I'm not a fly on the wall in their family if she was doing it out of a genuine place in her heart, or she was doing it from a bad place. But through and through, her family is very successful. So regardless of what it was at the beginning, they all have successful careers, and they will never have to know what wanting is. They will never have to need for money or food or anything. And then what lessons I learned from her career is, kind of just take chances, go crazy. Don't, think small, think big, go out of the box, and don't let things limit you. There is so much that you can do that is unique. Starting your family into a brand, like, I could never think that would be successful. I know a lot of people have tried it, keeping up with the Duggars, keeping up with the Duggars, the Duggars, with the 20 kids. That was a thing that was massive for different reasons. Obviously, it was kind of like a polarizing thing to see this family that was so sheltered, to be in reality TV. So it can be done to have your family as a brand, but I feel like a lot of people don't really take chances enough and have that be they don't want to be selfish, like I was saying before, and throwing someone under the bus for your own success to get money, or if it's just they're not creative enough. It's something that you can apply to business. Lessons I learned is study Kris Jenner as a business side. How does she market? How does she promote? Why is it so successful? And I feel like I could apply that to my artists that I'm choosing for my project this entire semester. Is go out of the box. Take chances. Don't let anything keep you down. Go, crazy with ideas. If you fail, that's the worst that can happen. You fail, but take a jump, and it could be the best thing in your entire life. Something that you don't think would be successful turns out to be wildly successful. I think it's always necessary to take a jump, take a leap, do something that people would laugh at you for, and turn it into your own brand and your own franchise to become madly successful from it. So that's what I learned. I'm sure we all are aware of Kris Kardashian. So Kris Kardashian. Well, she was Kris Kardashian. Kris Jenner. So I hope that this was maybe somehow enlightening on my opinion of her family. But I do think, all of us as business students, that she is definitely an icon within the industry, and she is someone that should be studied for years. Not because her family, I don't agree with them. I think it's kind of a joke. But for her marketing strategy, she is an icon and she is a mad genius. So that is that, and thank you for listening.